Crime and punishment. This story is clearly about funeral crime.
On an exceptionally hot evening early in July, a young man came out of the garret in which he was lodged in S Place, and walked slowly, as though in hesitation, towards K Bridge, to a funeral. Now he was in a state bordering on ecstasy, and all that he had drunk seemed to fly to his head with redoubled effect. Zametov looked at him steadily, without moving or drawing his face away. Raskolnikov had long ceased to listen, the same habit of not listening to what was said. At least it seems so, but we don't know what to do, you see. But that is the beginning of a new story, the story of the gradual renewal of a man, the story of his gradual regeneration, of his passing from one world into another, and his initiation into a new unknown life. That might be the subject of a new story, but our present story is ended.
The story's clearly about funeral crime, right? Because we got the first guy who's going to a funeral, right? He says he's going to a funeral on a hot July afternoon. I don't know if you've ever been to a funeral on a hot July afternoon, but it is flat and miserable. But the dude drank too much, so he's probably going to throw up a little bit at this funeral, just because it says like he was high on ecstasy because he had drank too much on the way to this funeral. So then they get to the funeral, right? And when they get to the funeral, there's like these other two dudes. There's this lady there, there's another guy, and then there's him. I think his name's like Roloscoffy or something like that. And they're talking to this stuff, and they're trying to figure out, what do they do at a funeral, right? Because nobody really knows. And the guy's not listening, and the girl's not listening, and the one dude's like, I know how to do funerals, and these guys, and they end up doing it terribly wrong. And the guy who's dead at the end is actually the one narrating the whole thing, and he's like, I guess I'm dead now, and now this is going to be a story about where I go after I die.
Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky.